Hey guys, welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies video, and in today's video this is going to be a ranking list of ranking every single perk in Black Ops 4 Zombies. Now keep in mind, this is definitely not a finalized list. This is the list that I got from playing at Treyarch, from when I was able to gather out of the gameplay, and I think that there are a lot of changes that need to be said. I have a video coming up about a full Black Ops 4 Zombies review for every single mechanic in the game, and also every single map, so I explain a lot of that there. But I'm really gonna go in depth on the perk system here. I'm not really gonna mention about the absence of OG perks, but I am gonna say that something that Blundell did tell us at Treyarch was that he was planning, because of the way that the system is with perks in Black Ops 4, to add many more throughout the life cycle, so it makes it much more fresh. So again, this is definitely not a finalized list. But let's come down to our top perk of ranking every single perk. I'm gonna do this from top to bottom because I think it's more interesting to start out with the more stronger perk. The top perk in this game, in my opinion, is Timeslip. Now keep in mind, with the perk system, there is an extra thing that you can add either on the Odin statue or on the tonic machine in the Ether or Chaos storyline, which is called a modifier. And a modifier essentially is like a pro variation of the perk. You can get a pro perk for Timeslip, and you can get a pro perk for everything else. The pro perk for Timeslip, in my opinion, is just too damn good. You can regenerate your specialist weapon faster, you can regenerate elixirs faster, and you can also generate perks faster. And I think this modifier alone makes this perk stand a high above the rest, especially when the whole game is based off of cooldowns. You regenerate your equipment off of cooldowns, you regenerate your specialist weapon off of cooldowns, elixirs, everything. Timeslip is such a mandatory perk in this game. It is unbelievable, especially if people are not playing Easter eggs and not going for those wonder weapons. So Timeslip definitely has to take the #1 spot, even though it's 3,500 points and you want to get it on Odin or the tonic machine in the Ether storyline. It is an absolute essential for every game, in my opinion. And the #2 spot for me has to be Quick Revive. And Quick Revive, it just comes in at the slight number of 2 because I think these two are just so damn good. They're almost the new crutch perks, like the OG perks were back in Black Ops 3 and all the way before that. Quick Revive, what it does in this game, the regular Quick Revive that we all know is actually integrated in the game, so they had to make new features for it in Black Ops 4. Quick Revive manages to regenerate your health faster, which is huge, especially when you only have 150 health or 3 hits, and it also revives teammates faster, like we all know and love. But the problem is, with Quick Revive regenerating your health faster and you have so low, it's almost an essential, because if you don't constantly have 150 HP past round 20, past round 30, the game gets so fucking difficult. And that's why I think Quick Revive is just an absolute essential for whenever you're playing. You can play solo, you can play co-op, but it's just a must. And they bumped the price up from 1,500 to 2,000 points on Quick Revive just because of this, and I think rightly so, because it's an absolute crutch perk and you really need it. The modifier Quick Revive doesn't really help out too much, but it is also very good. And the third spot we have is Stamin Up. Now Stamin Up, I was talking to Milo, or Mr. Waffles, about it, and he was telling me that a lot of the times when he was playing Black Ops 4 Zombies, he felt very slow and sluggish. But I find this can be remedied when you have certain variations in the game. For example, if you're playing the Chaos storyline, if you're running the Chakrams at level 2 for your specialist weapon, and you also have Stamina Up, or even the modifier on Stamina Up, which makes you run infinitely, you move so fucking fast in this game, and it is a lot of fun. But the problem is, you have to have that as your specialist weapon, you have to have it out, and you also have to have Stamina Up, which means that because of the way the game system and the zombie system work, Stamina Up has such a relevance in this game, especially when the OG perks are gone. And also because with Stamina Up, you can just run past all the projectiles, you can run past all the zombies, which makes this Chakram so valuable and makes Stamina Up such a good pairing with it, which is why I think it deserves the #3 spot. And coming down to our #4 spot, this is Dying Wish. In my opinion, right now, the only significant solution to Juggernaut, where once you buy this perk, as soon as you take more than 3 hits, you go on this 9-second berserk spree where you can run away and nothing targets you, and the melee you have is much stronger. But the vital part of this perk is having that 9 seconds of berserk to run away from the zombies, to recool, to buy the Dying Wish, and to just wait for the cooldown. And like I said, it's a perk cooldown, so yet again, Timeslip just gains even more relevance with Dying Wish. And Dying Wish is almost an essential in this game. game. It's almost similar to the pairings of Quick Revive and Who's Who back in Black Ops 2. But Dying Wish is such a powerful perk, and I think that everybody's going to be using it for boss runs, for Easter egg runs, and especially on maps like Voyage of Despair. Now let's go on to the next spot. This is Winter's Wail. Now I have this kind of tied with Electric Burst, but let's talk about Winter's Wail first. Winter's Wail is definitely a dumbed down version of Black Ops 3's Widow's Wine, but it still has such an importance in this game because you only get 2 usages per round, and if you have it as your modifier, you can actually get 3. But the thing is, the radius on the actual blast of the grenade with Winter's Wail is so large that it just makes it so vital, and yet again, it's on a cooldown, so Timeslip really does help this perk. And lastly, let's talk about Electric Burst. It's essentially Electric Cherry, but better. The longer you shoot the clip, or the less bullets that you have, the stronger your Electric Cherry is, and it can actually really help you out in various situations, especially when your hits are only 150, which I really like. Now going on to the next perk, I also feel like it's a tie between Stronghold and Deadshot. Deadshot's modifier is also very powerful, where if you keep up a headshot streak, your gun actually becomes more powerful, so it's kind of a variation of double tap, but not for all weapons, because not all weapons can achieve a headshot status. But Stronghold is also very good, I find, if you have a bunch of people, and if you're all camping, and if you got a bunch of armor. It makes a lot of the game fun, and it also adds a different type of strategy that we once knew back in Derice. Now let's go on to our next spot. This is Secret Sauce, which is basically the randomizer or the Wonder Fizz of every single perk. The reason why I put it so high up on the list really is because you can get any of the best perks for a reduced price, so why not? But then you can also get the perks that I have below it, which are absolute garbage in my opinion in this game. This next spot I think has to be Mule Kick, and the problem with Mule Kick is the only reason I ever ran it was in mutations to be able to get wonder weapons, but other than that, it's really not a good perk in this game because most of the guns aren't powerful in this game. I guess you could run a strat where you have 3 double pack punch weapons so you can just keep killing things, but I don't know, I feel like if you were to get an upgraded Kraken or an upgraded Blundergat, Mule Kick is really unnecessary. And going on to our next spot, this is Victorious Tortoise. The reason I have it this low is because the only way to use its effects is to actually hold out the shield, which in my opinion is completely pointless as a perk, but the modifier is very cool. If you're playing 9 and you have the bull shield, you can actually ram all the heavy bosses, which is a lot of fun. The next perk we have on the list is Death Perception. I don't really like this perk. Basically, you can see the zombies around the corners. It's not really that useful. It's kind of a waste of a perk slot when you can think that, hey, I could have Quick Revive, a perk that regenerates my health faster over this. And last but not least, this pains me to put it here, it's PhD Slider, the perk that everybody wanted, the perk that Reddit wanted, for God's sakes, and it's the fucking worst. This perk is garbage. I don't understand why anybody would want this because A, there's very few explosive weapons in this game, B, they don't do a lot of damage, and C, they don't even do a lot of damage to yourself, so what's the point of having PhD Slider? And now you have to charge up this PhD Slider perk by using slides, and then it'll go off and make an explosion. What's the point? It doesn't make any sense. I'd rather have any other perk on the list over PhD Slider. I am so sad saying this because I remember when we were all hyped for Banana Colada and we were all having a good time, and now all of a sudden Black Ops 4 is out and we get our PhD Slider and it is not good. That pains me. That pains me. I can't tell you how else I'm gonna say it. Again, this list is going to be changed way later down the line, guys. I hope you realize and I hope you understand that because they're probably gonna nerf Timeslip, but I hope they buff a lot of these perks or just make it so somehow as you play, maybe as you play Easter eggs or whatever, you unlock more perk slots, which would make a lot of these perks way useful. Again, I don't know about any of the Easter eggs in terms of if there's OG perks or if there's a way to get more perk slots, because right now there are no elixirs or anything like that that'll help you get these perk slots. But right now, this is my list, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please go follow my twitch.tv/MrTLexFly. I stream primarily on there. Thank you again so much, and we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one.